Welcome to Easy to Love Yoga with Shanna. Today we're going to do a chair yoga practice. No yoga strap is required. So let's begin. Let's come seated forward in our chair. So our glutes are on the chair, our hamstrings are off the chair, allowing a nice 90-degree bend at the knees and our feet flat on the floor for support. Sitting nice and tall, roll the shoulders back and down once, relaxing the shoulders and placing the hands on your lap. Sitting nice and tall, focusing on our breath and closing our eyes. Just notice if you're breathing deeply. Is your belly rising on the inhale? Take a moment to notice. Let's begin a scan of our body, starting at the crown of our head, working down to our toes. Notice any areas you need to be mindful of as you move through practice today. This could be an old or new injury that might be bothering you. Remember to always keep yourself safe. If something doesn't feel right, please don't do it. Moving on to our 4 square breathing practice, starting with an inhale through the nose of 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. And retain the emptiness. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Inhale, relaxing the shoulders. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Inhale, notice your posture. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Returning now to your regular breath, and just notice, is the belly rising on your inhale? Opening your eyes, rolling the shoulders to the back of the room, nice big rolls. And let's add the elbows into the shoulder roll. Lifting the elbows, returning back, just isolating the shoulders. And now shoulders rolling to the front of the room. Let's add the elbows in, lifting the elbows with the roll. Once again, isolating just the shoulders, rolling forward. One more roll. And leaving the hands at your side. I want you to shrug and inhale. Exhale, release. Shrug and inhale. Exhale, release any tension. Shrug, inhale. Exhale, release. And one more time. Shrug, inhale. Exhale, release. Let's roll out the wrists. And rolling in the opposite direction. Beautiful. Now we're going to make a stop sign with both hands. And we're going to think about drawing the fingertips towards the body just until you feel a sensation of the stretch in the lower part of the wrist. Holding here, feeling that sensation of the stretch. One more breath. Now let's relax the hands and lower the fingers forward. Once we're here, think about drawing the fingers in towards the wrist as if you're trying to touch the inside of the wrist, feeling the sensation of the stretch now at the top of the wrist. These are the extensors and flexors of the wrist that we're working here. One more breath. Relax the hand once again, draw the hand into that gentle stop sign. And now think about drawing the tips of the fingers towards the body. Feeling that sensation of the stretch in the lower part of the wrist. One more breath here. Relax the hand, lower the fingers, getting into position. And when you're ready, think about drawing those fingers as if we're trying to touch the inside of our wrist. Feeling the sensation of the stretch along the top of the wrist. One more breath here, and let's roll it out in one direction and roll it out in the other direction. Beautiful. I want you to take your feet on a slight diagonal, move them slightly forward. I want you to come down on one elbow and bring the other hand up and overhead, looking through the fingers in a modified side angle pose. Looking through the fingers at the ceiling. One more breath here. And then we're going to change sides. So we're going to drop the elbow to the opposite knee, bring the arm up and over, looking through the fingers at the ceiling. One more breath here. Once again, let's change and do it again on the other side, looking through the fingers at the ceiling. One more breath. And last time, change to the opposite side, looking up through the fingers. And coming back into a seated position, leaving the legs where they are. Bring your arms into cactus pose. This is our neutral position. We're going to draw our elbows and our palms together in front. Bring back to neutral. And now think about engaging the shoulder blades as we draw those elbows slightly behind the body. Coming back to neutral. Drawing everything together in front, pressing the palms of the hands and the elbows together. Coming back into neutral. Once again, drawing everything behind. Back to neutral. Last time, drawing everything together in the front, really squeezing the elbows and the palms of the hands together. Coming back into neutral. And last time, drawing those elbows behind, engaging the shoulder blades. And coming back into neutral. Let's lower down for a moment, roll the shoulders. Opposite direction. And we can walk those feet back to center. Make sure those knees are once again in a nice 90 degrees. So our feet are flat on the floor, helping support us in this upright position. We're going to take our arms out to the side, and we're going to start with small circles forward. We're going to gradually widen that circle forward. Wider. Make that circle wider. And now just work through your full range of motion, whatever that is today. Let's shrink that circle down again slowly. Shrinking it down. Shrink it down. Shrinking. And pause. And let's rotate slow, small circles in the opposite direction. Widen that circle. Make it wider. And once again, to your full range of motion, whatever that is today. Shrink it down again, slowly. Smaller. Smaller. Shoulders should be getting tired now. Nice small circles. And let's lower the hands down. We're going to take one hand up, look through the fingers at the ceiling, and then change to the other side in a nice fluid movement. Looking up through that hand at the ceiling and changing. Looking up. Changing sides. As soon as you're looking up through the fingertips at the ceiling, you start moving to the other side. And we're going to slowly start bringing that hand forward. So we're looking to the front. Bringing that hand more forward. Each time, looking beyond the fingertips. And bringing it across body. Across body. And let's start lifting, bringing it a little higher in front each time. A little higher. A little higher. And once again, overhead. Let's do 2 more singles. Beautiful, lowering the hands down by your side. We're going to roll the shoulders to the back. Big rolls. And rolling the shoulders forward. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now let's take the arms forward. Palms of the hands are facing each other. We're going to follow the hand that we bring behind the body with our gaze. So we're going to take one hand behind, following with our gaze, and bringing it forward. Changing hands, following with your gaze. Bring it forward. Opposite hand comes back and forward. Changed back. Forward. Change. Keep changing. Two more singles. Beautiful. Let's just lower the hands down for a moment. Let's inhale and shrug. Exhale, release. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, release. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, release. Last one. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, release. Now we're going to bring the palms together in front once again. And this time both hands come back. Feeling the shoulder blades engage behind and then drawing the hands forward. Bringing them behind the body, engaging the shoulder blades, and bring it forward. Again, behind, forward. Once more, behind, and forward. And now we're going to bring the backs of the hands together. So we're going to be pushing away as if we were doing a breaststroke in the pool. And bring it forward, pushing away, bringing it forward, push away, and forward. Let's do one more. Push away, and forward. Beautiful. Now we're just going to draw one arm across the body. We're going to relax the shoulders, support under the elbow here. Just wiggle the fingers. Make sure there's no tension in the hand or the fingers. Relax the hand. You're still sitting nice and tall here in your chair, not using your backrest. Now let's take that hand high to the sky, touch down to the shoulder, support under the elbow, and keep the elbow close to the head and point it upward if you can. Breathing deeply. One more breath here. We're going to relax that arm. I'm going to bring the opposite arm across the body, supporting under the elbow, relaxing the shoulder. So wiggle the fingers, make sure there's no tension in the fingers or the hands, and then relax the hand. And now let's take that hand high, touch down to the shoulder, support under the elbow, bring that elbow close to the head, point it upward if you can. One more breath. And we're going to slowly release, rolling out the shoulders twice to the back and twice to the front. Beautiful. Now what we're going to do is just sit back just a tiny bit in the chair, just so you're comfortable here. We're going to take one foot and we're going to bring it forward. And we're going to take the opposite foot and we're going to bring it across the knee. Now you can take the foot on the floor, leave it where it is, or you can bring it back to that 90-degree bend. This is a figure 4 stretch. So we're going to keep the foot flexed to protect the bent knee. We're going to think about exhaling and lowering our torso towards our legs to feel that nice sensation of a stretch in the hip. Now this might be uncomfortable, but it shouldn't be painful. If you feel pain in this pose, please rise out of this pose. I want you to think about your breath here. Keep breathing throughout this pose, focusing on your breath. Now 4 more rounds of breath and draw yourself a little closer to your legs if you can. If you can't, that's okay. This is your practice. Just remember, do what you can to be safe today. Beautiful. Slowly rising out of this pose. We're going to take that foot on the ground forward once again so we can slide the foot off. And now that foot is going to come forward. The opposite foot is going to come across. You're going to hold onto that heel and then you can bring that foot into that 90-degree bend if you wish. Keep your foot flexed to protect your bent knee. Exhale and lower towards the legs, feeling the nice stretch in the hip. Remember to keep breathing. Keep the energy moving through the body with your breath. And now for 4 more rounds of breath, lowering a little closer to the legs, if you can. Now slowly rise up. The foot on the floor comes forward so you can slide this foot off. And once again, come seated in your chair, glutes on the chair, hamstrings off the chair with that nice 90-degree bend. We're going to hold on to the chair with both hands, picking up one foot, and let's roll out the ankle in one direction. And let's roll the opposite way. Beautiful. And now let's point the foot, pointing the toe and flexing the foot. Point, flex, 3 more. This is the last one. Beautiful. Let's set that foot down, picking up the other foot, rolling out the ankle in one direction. Rolling the other way. And once again, pointing the toe, flexing the foot. Point, flex, 3 more. This is the last one. Beautiful, and setting that foot down. Now we're going to take our toes on a diagonal and we're going to have our feet slightly extended in front of us. We're going to take our hands, slide our hands down our legs, all the way down to the ankles if you can. If you can't reach your ankles, you can hold on to your calves. If you can't reach your calves, you can hold on to the sides of your knees. So just kind of grip onto here, or holding on to your ankles. I want you to think about relaxing your back. Relax the low back, the mid back, the upper back, and the shoulders. This modified forward fold. Focusing on your breath, breathing deeply. Now if you can, bring your fingertips to the center of the mat in front of you. Deepen that stretch. If all you can do is kind of reach towards the mat, that's okay as well. Remember, this is your practice. Do what's best for you today. Bringing our hands back to our feet or our calves or our knees. We're going to hold on to one foot with a hand and rotate the opposite hand up. And as soon as that hand reaches overhead, bringing it back down and changing sides in a nice fluid movement. Just getting a nice rotation here. Taking our time, moving through this pose. Some of us may be a little quicker than others. Just remember to move mindfully. Pay attention to your body. Notice what it's telling you. Perhaps you need to slow down a little. Let's do 6 more singles. Now remember, if you're holding your calves, you can still do this movement. And if you're holding onto your knees, you can still do this movement. Let's do 2 more. Beautiful, and staying where you are. Slowly allowing the hands to slide up the legs and moving back into a seated position. Bringing those feet back in to allow you to have that 90-degree bend at the knees. We're going to hold on to the chair. We're going to flex one foot. We're just going to lift that foot off the ground. Extend it out and contract the heel towards the chair. Extend and contract. Always keeping a slight bend in the knees so we don't hyperextend the joint. Extending and contracting. Feeling the quad work here, holding your leg up against gravity. Let's do 2 more. Beautiful. Now let's place that foot down, picking up the opposite foot. Foot is flexed and extend and contract. Two more. Beautiful. And bring that foot down. Now once again, thinking about your posture, sitting nice and tall, holding onto that chair with both hands, picking up one foot, foot is flexed, and we're just going to extend out and bring it back in. So just tapping the toe to the outside, tap to the inside. Out and in. Tap out, tap in. Let's do 2 more. Beautiful, resting that foot down. Once again, think about your posture, holding on to that chair. Flex the foot, tap down and out. In, out. Keep it going. 2 more. Beautiful, and bringing it back in. Now we're going to extend one heel forward. We're going to slowly roll down with just one hand. Hold on to the toes. Be in a nice stretch here, keeping the knee bent. Keep breathing deeply. One more breath. And bringing that hand back up the leg, returning that foot. And let's do the other side, extending the heel out. Hand walks down that leg, grabs the toes, keep the knees slightly bent. Feeling a nice stretch here. Breathing deeply. And slowly rising up. Beautiful. Once again, 90-degree bend at the knees, feet flat on the floor. We're going to take our arms out to the side, drawing forward. Now I want you to take one arm behind you. We're going to pause here. Bring that arm forward. Bring the other arm behind. And pausing. Now let's drop those hands down to the knees. We're going to take one hand to the opposite knee. Bring the hand behind you on the chair. Sit nice and tall. I want you to exhale and twist and look over the shoulder. And we're going to hold here for 10 rounds of breath. So notice the muscles resisting as we first move into this pose. Just keep breathing deeply, focusing on your breath. One more round of breath here. Slowly unwind, coming back to the front. Now we're going to do the opposite side. So we start with the opposite hand to the knee, the hand behind you on the chair. Sitting nice and tall. Exhale and twist, holding for 10 rounds of breath. And noticing all of the muscles resisting as we first move into this pose. Breathing deeply through it. One more round of breath here. Slowly unwind and come back to center. We're going to do 3 rounds of cow and cat breath, starting with our hands at our sides. Inhale, lift up into cow. Exhale, bring the arms back as we arch the back into cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. And this time, bringing the arms up as we inhale, drawing the palms together, lowering them down to heart center, closing your eyes. Taking a moment to notice your breath here. Notice if your belly's rising on the inhale. Now taking a moment to scan the body once again, starting in the crown of the head, working down to the toes. Notice any changes from the scan at the start of the class, but notice without judgment. Focusing once again on your breath. Thanking your body for taking you through this practice today. I'd like to thank all of you for sharing your energy in this practice and for taking this mindful time for yourself is so important. Focus again on your breath. I hope you have a beautiful day. Namaste.